I know that I know many of you out there, but for those I don't, I'm Lauren. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't sure if I was going to come today, let alone stand up here in front of you. As you might imagine, being around as much green and gray is a little bit emotionally complicated for me at the moment, more than a little bit. But what it came down to was my very sincere desire to say thank you in person to this community. I just, the love and support that you all have given us in these darkest hours has really truly helped to keep us buoyed as we navigate this loss and our grief. So thank you for supporting us, and thank you for reaching out and sometimes physically feeding us. Thank you for your thoughts and your prayers and your donations. I truly don't know how anyone gets through a loss like this without this level of support. So I don't know how else to better word that except for sincerely, thank you. In hearing Ralph's stories, was thinking back to one that I have been reflecting on a lot lately, and it goes back to extremely early in our relationship. It was actually our first backpacking trip together in college, and we had chosen a trip where we were gonna spend the night and then do a day trip up to a peak and then collect our gear, our overnight gear, on the way back down. So we were in the process of sorting our day gear and our overnight gear, and we were down at a creek filling our water bottles. And I had my full water bottle, and I turned around, and there was a bear, a black bear, standing at our backpacks. And I kid you not, it was nibbling on my sleeping pad that was wrapped up in my backpack. So I was new to bears. I just said, "Hey, Ralph, there's a bear." And he stops what he's doing. He goes, "What?" And I'm like, no, really, there's a bear. And he turns around and he looks at it kind of surprised, like, "Oh, actually, yeah, there's a bear there." And he then reached down into the creek. He handed me 2 rocks, and he said, "You might need these." As he proceeded to grab his own rocks and run and chase that bear away from my backpack. And my overarching memory of that was looking at these rocks in my hands and wondering how I was going to know when I needed to use them. I think that part of the reason this memory keeps coming back to me now and now is that there is, without a doubt, the fact that I am the one here holding the rocks, and it is my turn to use them. So for all of you in law enforcement, I want you to hear me say that I see you, and I see the things that you do, and I see the countless burdens that you willingly carry for other people, partially because some of those burdens are now mine. And I want you to know that whenever I get my energy back and figure things out, that I am going to do everything in my power to make those burdens easier for you to carry. And I don't know yet what that's going to look like, but I do know it can be as simple as grabbing a cup of coffee with you and just listening. So please know, I may not be in the green and gray, but I am here for you, and you are absolutely welcome to reach out to me if you ever need someone who gets it to just be there with you. So please know that in the fiber of your bones. I also want to ask one thing of this community, one more thing, which is that as time goes on and we continue to come to terms with this loss, I ask you not to simplify the topic of mental health, okay? It is a complicated, multifaceted issue. And the only way that we are going to take the lessons of Ralph's life and of his death and pass them forward is by coming together. So whatever your individual reaction is, whether it is shock or sadness or grief or anger, please let it guide our feet towards one another and not away from one another. Because truly, our best hope for a better collective future is our teamwork. It is our strength. It's what we do best when we try to do it together. Sorry for repetitive words, but you get what I'm trying to say. So I think I need to go sit down now. But thank you for giving me the opportunity again to say thank you. And yeah.